Thompson, and I'm from Prosper, Texas. And this is Big Blue, and it's a 2012 Ford Expedition. I'm gonna just give you a little bit of an overview of what I've got in here. All right. This is Ruby. She's my travel companion.
Sweet baby.
She's been with me for a lot of years. The only thing I have up here is my Jackery 1000. It runs my Bouge RV refrigerator, and when I'm driving, I have it plugged in to the car itself. But it will run the Bouge RV 4 to 5 days without being charged by the car. It's just this.
That's fantastic.
So it's really good. Yeah, it's a really good one. This is very minimal, the whole thing. It's a work in progress. I had all kinds of drawers and stuff like that in here, but I felt claustrophobic, so I just tore it down to the basics, basically. It works for me, and I'm not full-time. I'm a part-time nomad, so I don't really need all of my stuff since I'm not living in it, actually. This is my living quarters. I've got my Bouge RV refrigerator right here.
What size?
I think it's a 29 quart. Got a ton of stuff in there. I took out the middle row seats. I left this one because I like to have a lounge chair, and I can put my potty there, and that's my ottoman if I need to put my feet up or whatever. Here, you come over here. And then underneath my bed, I have these types of containers with my tops and my pants. On the other side, I have my tools and crazy weather stuff like rain gear and snow stuff. On this side, I just have some candles and my coffee aerator thing. And then I've got my utensils here, my water boiler here. And these little things, I stick on with those little glue tabs.
Little plastic container.
Yeah, it's a little container that keeps this stuff in place.
And you put it on with, say that again?
It's like a glue pad.
Uh-huh.
And then my water boiler thingy. Can't do without this.
Yes, I love those
electric
things.
fly swat.
Yep.
My potty is in here until nighttime. It just folds out. You put the little thing in. Your bags, I double bag it. And then there's your seat. And then there's my ottoman or nightstand.
Is that for both? One and two?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for both. We go to restaurants and stuff like that. So usually it's just
public. They're public places.
Yeah, I go to public places, but usually at night I always have to get up at 1. So that's what this is for. My parents had those absorbent, almost like puppy pads, but they're for people, and they hold a ton of fluid. So when they pass, I got them and just cut them in strips, and that's what I use.
Oh, nice.
And I'm out now because I would show you, but I used my last one last night.
You do need an absorbent.
Yes.
The only one that I found that didn't work well for me of all the options I've seen was the wood shavings.
Yes. Yeah, I have.
Because the wood pellets are great, but the wood shavings, it's shaved wood.
Yeah.
Wood's not all that absorbent.
I never understood that, but I have heard that the pellets, in fact, I'm probably going to try that.
There's also something called a base gel that you can get at Walmart in the sports section, and that gel turns liquid solid.
Well, then I'll look for that.
Yeah, because you just use a tiny bit. It's amazing how little. And if you needed to, you could add more, but you can start with just a little, and it's amazing.
I've seen those. It's only like a teaspoon.
Yeah.
And it absorbs, I forget how much.
It makes it solid.
Yeah. Keep my shoes under here. I keep, if I can get it out, my Jackery cording and stuff like that under here. Find all kinds of nook and crannies for all kinds of stuff.
And you can sit up straight?
Well, it's kind of hard, and I'm going to take this seat out and make it lower so I can have more headroom.
And your bed is just your seats?
It is a 4-inch trifold foam. Well, I've got a cover on it so it won't come out, but yeah, I love this thing. It's super comfortable. It is sitting on my bins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got your bins in front. It looks like a seat folded. Okay, so the 60% seat is folded and the 40% seat is up.
Yeah, and this 60% seat is going to go away when I get home. I'm going to
Take that out.
redo it, yeah.
Are you going to build something to go there?
Just a basic platform to give this support, and then I'll figure out what else to do with the clothes later. I mean, stuff will fit under there. It'll just have to be smaller.
Where do you keep your
Okay,
food?
Let's go to the back.
Okay.
Well, we saw the food in the Bouge RV up in the middle section of the car. But back here, I have a small freezer because I like to cook before I leave home and freeze it, and I'll put it in here. Once I've eaten that, then I just get frozen dinners and stuff and put it in the hot
That's
logic.
nice to have both. You
Yes,
have room for both.
It really is. It really is. This is my 300 Explorer, and it runs this little one, and my Hot Logic, and my essential oil diffuser. It's an F40. I don't know what that is, but Bob Wells had given it a review. It's very small, and it'll hold like 3 or 4 frozen dinners, single serving dinners. That's all I need. Behind that, I have, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a trunk storage, and I crunched it down to 2 compartments. And so I have flashlights, I have oil, and then on this side I have canned goods. And then these are my dry goods here. When I'm traveling, the freezer's plugged into the car. I've got 4 12 volts in the car. I just didn't want to have to spend more money. I thought about getting a higher wattage, but this works fine, so there's no need to do that and spend that money. And then I just keep stuff, like it says, stuff in here. I keep my cleaning supplies, Kleenexes, and things like that in here.
Paper products and...
Yeah. And then I have a little table right here. And then I keep my window shades here. And my shower bag is underneath that.
And a little whisk broom, boy, is that handy.
Yes. And I keep my hats over here, but I also keep my cords. But I keep all my power cords in here. Everything is in a baggie and it's labeled, and I know how many cords are in there. So it's easier to find something that's going to fit, you know. And then I keep my medicine right here. I have tons of these big clips because they're good chip clips or whatever you want to call them, but they hold stuff for me as well. I always have a bug light. And
what's the name on that one?
ROHS, Rosh. Right here.
Very, very efficient. I love this. I hadn't really gotten a chance to see inside in all 6 weeks we've been together.
I know. I mean, I've got everything I need.
The WeatherTech, that's your
That's my shades.
window covers
Yes.
like this.
These stay up all the time. But
Okay, so cooking. What do you cook with other than the Hot Logic?
I have a gas one, propane and butane
Dual fuel,
stove.
they call
Yes,
them.
dual fuel.
Gas one, dual fuel.
Yeah, and I love this thing because it has the ignition.
Right, it lights itself.
And then I have Ruby's playpen here.
Yeah, that's the cutest thing. It's got a top on it too. Zips up, so she's safe.
She can't get out.
Right.
And then best $20 I've spent
Yeah?
is this little thing here. Plastic, but I keep my meds down here. Toothbrush, toothpaste, just stuff I need every night. It's my bedside table. I have my essential oils and just stuff, you know, tweezers, eye drops, my Vicks in case I need that, and hand sanitizer. But I love this thing, and it keeps me from falling in the hole. I've got under here 2 boxes, and this one holds my tools, and then this one holds my like rain gear, heavy jackets, and stuff like that. So between the 4 of them, they keep my bed.
Right, there are actually 4 there. We're seeing 2 here and then 2 from the other side, and those were closed. So nice and neat. I just love it.
It's simple. Got my Grandpa Gus mouse repellent and things like that here.
Yep.
And I've got the cords for my electric blanket, but I haven't had to use my electric blanket.
We've had some chilly nights even now.
We have. And then on top, the only thing I have on top is her stroller, 2 solar panels, and my chair.
And what's the name of your bag?
Well, I don't want to say because it's not good.
No?
No, I don't like it. It's already torn. This is mid ADAO. But we've had perfect weather. We've had one bad day
And not all of us experienced that. I left
No,
early enough.
we
I
went
didn't.
through it. Oh my gosh.
You
it
need
was
to stick
terrible.
with me. I get good weather. I mean, look at this weather.
Following you around, yeah. But that was the only bad thing, and it only lasted about an hour.
Aren't we the luckiest things
Yes.
in the world?
Yes, it's been
We've
great.
had such a beautiful trip. Beautiful, beautiful weather. We had a couple of days where it was warm, and then we instantly went from a frying pan to a ice chest.
Ice chest, yeah. It's been cold, which I'd rather have than that hot weather. But no, it's been great. And the ladies here, they're the best travel companions. I mean, we've had so much fun. Everybody goes and does their own thing, but it's fun when everybody comes back at night and we have our little powwow and stuff. I've enjoyed that.
Yes, we have a really great group of ladies here.
Yeah.
And we've been on the road for 6 weeks.
Yep.
At least, maybe a little over that. And we got so much more to go.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's so much more to go.
Yeah.
A few have had to leave, a few new ones came, but we're getting to a point where it's a little harder right now to find free places to stay. That's been our habit.
Yeah.
So we can spend that money on our tank or our tummy.
Yeah. Mostly our tank these days.
These days, yes, that or events or something that sightseeing that we would need to pay for. So we've kept it pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, when you can find a beautiful mesa to camp on for $1.50 each, I mean, I'm not complaining.
Why do you do this? Why are you here?
I have always enjoyed hiking and camping, and one day Bob Wells pops up on my YouTube, just like everybody else. It was Bob Wells, and then I found your channel when you just started it, and the timing. I had to wait on the timing, and I had a Toyota Camry, and my daughter wanted a smaller car, and so we just switched cars. So when I got this baby, that's when I knew it was time for me to hit the road. But I do it because I love to travel, and I usually am a solo traveler. So I know where I want to go, and I get there. I don't really stop and smell the roses. And that's why I purposely came on this trip. I wanted to slow down, which has been hard, and you've been witness to that, because after 3 days I'm going, I gotta go. It's made me slow down.
Yeah.
And now it doesn't bother me, so that's been a good thing for me. And then just meeting everybody. But yeah, I do. I love to travel, and I'm seeing so many things that I would have never seen by myself. I wouldn't have done it.
It's something every day, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then even when we've camped, most people are going somewhere every day, right? Sightseeing.
When we were in that BLM land, I mean, we were everywhere. But what's been nice is that we share information with each other. Oh, you need to go see this, and I haven't heard of that one before. So they share travel information.
That's a big help.
And it really does help, because then you can take advantage of the locations that you're staying at. You can see everything that's there. And then having Ruby, of course, I couldn't go without her. She's just the best. I mean, she's in there asleep now, but she loves the other dogs and stuff. But
she's a good girl.
Yeah. I have found just going to the meetups, you meet friends and you stay in touch.
Yes.
And that's what's nice.
Lifetime.
Lifetime friends. Yeah.
So what would be your recommendation about caravans? We've all learned. I've learned. I've been at this for nearly 4 years, and I've learned a lot. What's the main ingredient of a caravan?
Well, for a caravan, you definitely have to be flexible, and not only with your time, but with where you're going to go, because we never know. I mean, we had one place set up to go, and then something happened and we ended up somewhere else. So
that morning we had an emergency meeting. We can't go here for. In other cases, it wasn't for us, but it might have been a fire, or it might have been horrible weather, or you may have to turn on a dime. That's the thing. Yeah, and you have to be able to do that and not be upset about it. You just go. And but with caravans, you have a lot of personalities, because we do have introverts here. Yes. But you have to let them be who they are. I mean, a lot of them come out and say hello, and then they disappear back in their van, and we don't see them again until we have our meetings or whatever. Yeah. But for me, the caravan has just been so worth it because of the companionship and meeting new people. And the travel part every day. I mean, you go to the Grand Canyon. I never seen it before. I thought, oh my God,
this is amazing. Then we get up to Crater Lake, and it's like, oh my God, this
can't
is
top
amazing.
this. Can't top this. Every
It,
time you say it can't top this,
it just gets better and better.
And there's so much more. We've only gone halfway.
Halfway, yeah.
Pretty much halfway.
Mm-hmm. This car drives so smoothly. It's comfortable to drive. I don't get tired, you know, of sitting or anything like that. So no, there's nothing about this I would change.
That's great.
And my mechanic promised me that if the engine goes, he'll put another one in it for me because I don't want to get another car.
Well, thanks everybody for watching all the way to the end of this great van tour. And so we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.